Topping your news tonight, the governor's office announced yesterday that GovGuam had a $65.3 million deficit for fiscal year 2014. However, the administration is referring to it as only a paper deficit. That is mostly due to the timing of the expenditure recordation. Meanwhile, Legislative Budget Chairman Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz says he's never heard of a paper deficit.
There's no such thing as a paper deficit. If you spent more than what you were, than the revenue that you had anticipated, it is a deficit.
Legislative Budget Chairman Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz is referring to the $65.3 million deficit for fiscal year 2014 that the Calvo administration is referring to as a paper deficit.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what they mean by paper deficit. There is no arguing the fact that during fiscal year 14 that the administration spent more than the revenue that we projected.
According to the administration, the paper deficit is a result of paying for bills and debts that were unbudgeted. The governor's office says that this means there will be a $65 million deficit, at least on paper, despite the fact that they collected more revenue than expected last fiscal year, and despite underspending in other areas. Here's the breakdown of the unbudgeted bills they paid that the administration says led to this paper deficit. For DOE operational and ARA expenses, they spent $26 million. For law enforcement pay, $12.9 million. Solid waste, $10 million. Capitalized interest for bonds, $8.6 million, and $7.8 million for GMH. So what does all of this mean? Will it affect this current fiscal year?
Well, that's why I'm having the oversight on Friday. I'm going to try to find out, is there manna from heaven going to be falling sometime between now and September? Hopefully, we'll get some of the answers this coming Friday at the oversight, and we'll get some more answers when the final audit is finally released next month.
Meanwhile, Adelup assures us that they are tracking a surplus in revenues for the current fiscal year, and they are also assuring us that tax refunds will continue to be paid on time.